You're listening to the Youth Critic Podcast on KHZ Network. Find us on Facebook at DecibelUNG Radio and find us on Twitter at DecibelUNG. If you like this episode, please leave a like and comment on our iTunes page at KHZ Network.
They're finally going to make a movie.
And now for the podcast.
The story of Batman's greatest ally.
That's me. That must be me.
And best friend in the whole world.
Finally!
Alfred, the movie.
It's time to clean up this city.
That actually does look pretty good.
I see it.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse.
They're really making movies about every superhero.
Has there been a movie about you?
There was a Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about that.
It's time they make one about me.
I'm afraid it's no. I only make movies about real superheroes.
Why don't they take us seriously?
Titans, you guys are never actually doing anything heroic.
What about that time we discovered that sweet diner and they had that food?
That wasn't even a crime, and you didn't save anything.
We saved room for design.
Having a movie is the only way to be seen as a real hero.
What about an arch nemesis?
Stop right there. Deadpool?
Deadpool? What? Why does everybody think I'm
Hello,
Deadpool?
everyone. Welcome to the Youth Critic Podcast. I'm your host, Kail Smith. Joining me today is Kailyn Battle.
I'm here again.
Awesome. And today we are going to be looking at, or for this episode at least, we're going to be looking at Teen Titans Go to the movies. Yay.
Yay. Oh, God.
I have no history with the Teen Titans Go show. I only have a little bit of history with the OG Teen Titans. And just for the record, I am not excited for the new Teen Titans TV show that's coming out on TNT.
Oh, you mean the live action version, or okay. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of Teen Titans related things coming out now. We've got the live action version. We got, what is it? The Young Justice coming out, and now we've got. Wait, I guess we probably can't talk about that yet. That's a spoiler. And anyway, wait, is saying that a spoiler? You know what? Just ignore me. Go, you talk.
We'll talk later about it.
Just cut it out.
But
Cut it out.
we'll talk later. Anyway, but yeah, so Kailyn, you have watched the show, correct?
Yes, I watched all of the original Teen Titans, and I've actually seen quite a bit of the Teen Titans Go, surprisingly. Please don't judge me.
I'm not.
I am.
I'm not, but I have a lot of questions.
Okay. So yeah, I've seen all of the original Teen Titans. I really enjoyed it. I watched it all growing up. I've seen every single season, every single episode multiple times. So I was pretty much on the same page as everyone else when Teen Titans Go first got announced. I was just thinking like, oh, I can't wait. Like, they have a new show. It's going to be more comedy focused. They got all the original voice actors back. This can't possibly go wrong. So now we got Teen Titans Go. Everyone loves to hate on this. Everyone loves to hate on this show. It's all fart jokes, poop jokes. They joke about waffles. It's loud. It's obnoxious. It's annoying. No one really likes it. They play it all the time. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually kind of funny. I have laughed at a couple of jokes, and I am ashamed. And I like the movie too, for what it's worth. I went in ready to bash on it. I had my baseball bat with spikes on it in the theater, in my purse, ready to throw it at the screen. And I actually kind of enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna lie. It was actually pretty funny, and I didn't hate the time I spent there.
Okay. Okay, so for me on Teen Titans Go to the movies, I don't hate this movie, but there was a lot of times where I was just thinking, okay, Yeah, that's kind of an interesting commentary on Robin. Like, Robin kind of just never gets his due diligence. even though like he too can be a fascinating character. It's someone who has been an expert on Batman for a while. Like he Robin can be a compelling character for his own movie, but so as far as the show is concerned, I'm like, what?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask where you wanted to start with this because there's some things I want to cover.
Well, hold on just a second. So Teen Titans Go the movies, it's funny. Like there is some really good humor in it, and it goes into some really dark places, like humor wise.
Oh God, like that alley joke. I still laugh at that joke when I think about it. It's so
Oh my
funny.
God.
I can't believe they managed to sneak that joke in. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But let's keep going for now.
But oh God. But I mean, it's really kind of just it's like a two-parter episode. If I would, like there's not, it's very simple. Like it's very, there's not much, animation. There's not like having to build, or having to make, a bunch of different sets. Everything is in pretty much one contained location.
It's a very good example. Oh, sorry. It's a very good example of what the show itself is like. Like it's a very like if you had never seen the show and you'd only seen the movie is a very good indication of what the show is like.
So it really is like Deadpool for 6-year-olds.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
You see, here's the thing about Teen Titans Go the movies. I'm okay that they reference movies. I'm okay they call out their own bullshit. I'm okay that, they make jokes about the universe within, their own kind of universe, the DC universe. And they reference things that's totally, good. Sometimes that creates some really good humor. The problem with Teen Titans Go to the movies is it doesn't have, I don't think, much to say other than, hey, isn't it from Spider-Man, even though this is the DC universe and Spider-Man's Marvel? Or isn't it, funny that we have, Robin's ass in 3D? Like, isn't it funny? Like, it's very childish, very immature. So, and look, I know, kids' movies, they're not supposed to have, thought, deep thought, insightful ideas. But for me, I was like, okay, so what's the point of all these? What's the point of it all? Other than to amuse kids for an hour and a half? Because honestly, I was thinking the whole time, because the animation was kind of cheaply, it still had the TV look.
Mm-hmm.
I was still just thinking in the back of my mind, like, well, why isn't this just like a straight to Blu-ray? Or, I kind of had the same feelings I had with the Batman Killing Joke, where I was like, this would be much more suited for straight to Blu-ray or straight to digital, because I'm watching this and there's just nothing cinematic about anything I'm looking at. There's nothing of a cinematic quality, because everything is very 2D. There's not really much of a 3D background kind of feel. And while I know that's a lot of things to nitpick, for me, I was just in the back halfway through this movie. I was like, there's, even for 2D animation, there's nothing really here that warrants the theatrical release. So I don't know. So that was kind of my opinion on Teen Titans, is that the entire time I was like, this is fun, but I mean, this could have probably worked so much better if it was like a straight to Blu-ray or straight to TV kind of film. But then again, I know what?
All right. I totally understand like what you're saying, and I do kind of agree. I do think though that it is kind of part of, I think that's kind of the meta joke with it, that it's just like, hey, that annoying show that everybody hates that's on Cartoon Network all the time? We got a movie and we don't even look that good and people still like it. Like, to me, I feel like part of the joke, like the entire movie is kind of a joke. Like the fact that this movie even exists, I feel like is part of the joke. Like they just take the piss out of everything. And I think even existing is like, hey, we're in a theater. Do we deserve it? Probably not, but here we are.
Yeah, and then, the entire movie is basically Robin just being like, I just want my damn movie. I don't care what it takes. I want a movie. And I'm like, but you haven't, but I mean, you have, but the thing is, Superman calls out on your bullshit. Like, you guys do nothing.
And I think that's Superman. Like them talking about wanting the movie is the movie. Like him wanting a movie even though he didn't deserve a movie is literally Teen Titans Go. Like, did Teen Titans Go do anything to deserve a movie? No. And yet they have one. This is the world we live in.
Okay, you're selling me a little bit, because I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of funny, because I guess, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if people like Teen Titans Go or not.
Kids
I don't
do.
keep up with what I don't keep up with what everyone's loving on the CN or Cartoon Network.
Original fans of the show are not a fan of it, because obviously when they heard that Teen Titans Go was coming, they were expecting more of the original Teen Titans. They weren't expecting like this really cutesy, like mostly comedy thing focused on kids. So a lot of adults have always been hating on it, and they're not really a huge fan of it. And it doesn't help the show itself. It's constantly like taking the piss out of like people that are fans of the show by like kind of mocking them and saying like, oh, well, now we're super edgy for this one episode, but not really. It's fine. And they're always kind of baiting them. And like kids like it just fine. Like it's one of the most popular shows that Cartoon Network has right now. Like you turn on Cartoon Network right now, I guarantee you it's playing.
It probably is. I'll say this. I like the idea that, we kind of break down the characters and that they're not taken seriously, so kids can go ahead and start thinking, okay, material's not supposed to be taken so laterally serious.
I mean, it is a comedy. Like even the original show, like there's not really any substance to it either. Like I don't know what else they could have made a movie about. Like doing like a straight comedy is pretty much the only way I could see a movie like this getting made, because none of these characters can be taken seriously, because they weren't, at least with this new iteration of Teen Titans, they weren't designed to be taken seriously. Their entire personalities are designed around a joke.
Yeah. And we say all this, and TNT still made a Teen Titans dark and serious TV show where Robin screams, "Fuck Batman."
Oh my god, I cried. I cried laughing. I can't watch that train.
And Raven looks like an emo chick. Oh, Raven and Starfire look like emo chicks. One has color and one doesn't.
I don't even know what they did to these. Like, oh man, what did they do to my poor babies?
I know, and then you don't even bring Cyborg into it. Like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. Fuck that show. Fuck you, Kiva Goldsman. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. I like the original show because it did have the comedy. It did, but it's still like, I don't know. It's kind of like an OG. It's still kind of like that tail end of the OG Cartoon Network era of like, we're gonna have our humor, but we're gonna also have like PG stories. If that makes like what actual PG is.
Yeah. Like it was actually
stories,
but it was an action cartoon with comedic elements versus Teen Titans Go, which is just comedy.
Right. Yeah. And so for me, maybe that's the tonal whiplash, because I just remember the original show so much as like, and when I mean PG, it's like it's mature for kids, but it's not like but you don't have Robin saying "fuck Batman" at all. Or
let's never let that go.
Yeah, we're never letting that go. Good lord. But yeah, that was my kind of thing on. So, and to be fair, I mean, the movie itself is fine. Like, I still laughed. We were bringing up there's a whole segment in the movie which probably could have been cut out for a time, but then we wouldn't have a feature length film. There's that whole scene where they just go back in time and try and take all the heroes out so they can have their own movie. And that fails miserably, so they create traumatic events for all the other superheroes.
Oh God!
Again, so
with the best one being the Batman one, obviously, or like his parents are about to go down that dark alley, and then Robin puts the pearls on Batman's mom and just shoves her in the alley, and you can see the gunshots happening. It's so bad. I cannot believe they got away with that. That was so funny. It was so funny.
I literally, I know, as someone who's like very invested in Batman mythology, I was like, oh my God, you bastards. You bastards. You couldn't even let that one go.
Poor Aquaman. Killed a child on screen with Aquaman. Poor Aquababy.
Yeah, that is the most.
Like, the more you think about it, the more you're like, yeah, that was messed up. But it was funny.
Yeah, and when they go back through time, they have to, basically destroy Krypton. And you just see the look on Jarrell and Laurel's face, and they're like, oh fuck, we still have to take our kid in there. Man, that is and then Wonder Woman, which, to be honest, does anyone really know Wonder Woman's origin story, like actual origin story? She's just a woman from Themyscira. That's it.
Pretty much. I think there's some other stuff, like some mythology in there somewhere. Like, she's the daughter of some god and something. I don't know. No one knows.
Although I do find it funny that they that this movie thinks that the only way to they could have prevented Wonder Woman from happening is just basically just bully her out of being Wonder Woman. What the fuck? That's so sick. That whole segment is so sick, but it's really funny. But I was still thinking in the back of my mind. So wait, what was the point of all this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even though I did like enjoy the film as a whole, and I did really appreciate some of the jokes that they threw in, and I thought it was like a more pleasant experience than I was expecting. I think a lot of that enjoyment has more to do with like expectations versus the film itself actually being like really, really good. Because when I do think back on the movie, there are a lot of things about it that annoyed me, and a lot of the humor that didn't quite land. It's had so many that a lot of the ones that did hit, I tend to remember more versus the ones that didn't hit. Like the very beginning when they have like that minute-long fart joke, and I was just like, all right, let's move on with this. We've kind of been on this for a while. And like that annoying inspirational song, which was, I admit, it was a little funny. It got a chuckle out of me at first, but like it just kept going and going and going. And it kind of got on my nerves, and they ended it with another joke that was also really funny. But like, I do remember kind of sitting in the middle of that joke for like a minute and a half, being like, looking at my watch a little bit.
Yeah. That was, that's really how the whole movie feels. It feels like it's all stretched out for like a 2-parter 30-minute episode, or a 2-parter hour-long episode. So yeah, it just doesn't quite work for me. It doesn't quite work in that narrative, because I mean, I'm just like, there's just not enough movie here. Like, and they're just stretching everything out.
Like, if you're going to criticize it for being a film, like, there's not really a lot of substance. It's mostly just a lot of jokes, which can be enjoyable for like a little like distraction. But as an actual movie where you're going to get something out of it, there's not really much there. And it's certainly not like so mind-bogglingly amazing that it deserves a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. What? Why?
I know. When I saw that, 100% earlier, like a week ago, and I was like, "What?" Like it was like whiplash. Like, wait, why is this getting better reviews than like? Yeah, did they release multiple different movies? Like, I mean,
it's fine.
I'm like, how?
It's fine. Like it's a fine movie. Like
Yeah,
it's slightly better than average. Like it's better than it deserved to be, and it's better than like an average, I guess. But it's not. It's not a 90%. Like let's be honest here. At best, it's like a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It's not a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I would give it. It's more of a 6 out of 10 for me. But then again, I'm cruel and mean, and I have no soul. But yeah, I just thought, as a kids movie, it works. If you like at Christmas time want to put something on and to distract the kids, or you know what, this would actually be a really good movie to watch during when. Do you remember and movie theaters still do this, but do you remember the summer kid series where they would have that one, kid movie for $1, and then you get, for $3 you get a popcorn and Coke, that kind of deal? You remember that?
Oh yeah, oh man, I miss those days. Those are some good times.
Yeah, this is perfect for that. Like just entertaining the kids for like an hour and a half for daycare and babysitters, and then you just spend the rest of your day doing whatever. Yeah, it's just it's not a thought-provoking time, and but then again, as a kid, I really liked those Scooby-Doo movies, so yeah, I was not this artiste film critic that I was at 8 years old. so maybe. So, it probably entertained a lot of under 10-year-old kids.
Yeah, it was fine. Like, I was never under the impression I was watching anything other than, like, a kids' TV show that happened to turn into a movie. It's just, it happened to be better than expected, but it's not good. It's just better than expected. Like, it's fine. I enjoyed it. I actually liked it a lot. There was a couple of good jokes. I just, that's pretty much about it. Like, there's not much else. It's just like candy for your brain. You have a little bit, you enjoy it, you don't really think about it ever again.
Oh yeah. It's like driving back and forth to school or work, and then you don't remember what happened on the way.
And you also feel bad for liking it. You're like, well, I should have eaten some carrots, but instead I just had this entire pack of Skittles. So
yeah, I should really eat this, broccoli with ranch, with fat-free ranch. But yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna have these chocolate covered pretzels. Yeah. So, do you want to talk about the thing that we're the most excited about from this movie?
Yes. And I'm pretty sure everyone already knows what it is, because before I even saw the movie, I got spoiled for it. Like, I think the very first people to see the movie, like, spread it like wildfire. So I'm pretty sure everyone already knows. But in case anyone doesn't.
Yeah, spoiler. So Kailyn, take it away.
Oh, in case anyone doesn't know, it looks like they might possibly be bringing back the original Teen Titans for another go, which, if anyone's been paying attention, shouldn't be too surprising. Like, they've been airing episodes of the original show like early in the mornings, like pretty much every, like, I think for a week or so, every day in the morning. It's actually been doing pretty well, like ratings wise. So it makes sense they're trying to bring it back. They've been doing it for about a year. So it's not really too surprising. To me, it's just like as a fan of the original show, I'm just like, why didn't you do this to start off with? But I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm always happy to get more Titans. I do wonder what they're going to do with that. I honestly do. It could be another bait and switch. I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a way to get people talking and then do something completely different. because they did that with Teen Titans Go. It'd be really funny. It'd be really mean, but it'd be really funny. I want more Titans. I'd love to see it. There's a couple of plot threads they never really properly got resolved from the original show, like the entire issue with Tara. I really, really want to know what happened to Tara. Like, even if they did one episode, I just want to know what happened to her.
I thought she did die. Or
there was another episode that happened where Beast Boy saw her again, and she was just like a normal schoolgirl, but she didn't recognize Beast Boy or have any memories of what had happened. And the entire episode, he's just trying to reach her. He's trying to get her to remember her. And at the end, she's just like, you just have to let me go, which implies that maybe she does know what happened and she's just trying to start a new life. But it's really ambiguous, and they never went back to it again. Like, that was the last we ever saw of Tara. It's just her living a normal schoolgirl life with no memories. And we have no idea what happened to her, what's going on, nothing. And it was very anxiety inducing as a kid to like never get that closure with her.
Oh, okay. I guess I never saw that, but I mean, but yeah, that's actually sounds like a really good. Again, that's I'm like that kind of stuff works. That stuff works for that PG. And I mean like PG and like it's not fart humor galore. It's it's the mature like mature themes like of letting go and this. That's really good. Yeah. So yeah, I hope we get that, Teen Titans OG like revival, I guess. Or I guess that's what we would call it. But yeah, I hope we get it. And, you're right. Like, let's resolve a few, problems. Let's resolve, some issues. I mean, let's actually end the show. Or, do something with the show, or maybe even start something else new, start a whole, like, basically soft reboot it. But yeah, I'm into it. I would be totally down to watching the OG series come back.
And I know this might sound kind of weird considering I was just saying how excited I would be for it to come back, but I would actually be okay if they never actually did bring it back, because Teen Titans, they had a good run. They were on the air for a while. They had like four, I don't know how many seasons they had, 4 or 5, somewhere higher than average.
Yeah,
4 and 6 seasons. And I kind of feel like we got everything that we needed to out of it. I mean, there's a couple of things that I personally would want answers to, but I don't feel like I need it. I feel like if they had just left the series, if they leave the series as is, even with the Tara thing, like, I want to know answers, like, as a fan, but for the show, like, having that ambiguous ending for a character that a lot of people really liked is actually a really cool move, because we never find out what happens to the character. And yeah, we could tell them what happens, but I feel like it's more powerful to have such an ambiguous ending. It would be okay if they just left it alone, and that was all that we got. Because in this era where we're constantly bringing back shows and renewing them and reviving them and starting them over, and I mean, we already have Teen Titans Go, I think it might be better just to let certain things just exist, have their run, and just let it die.
Yeah, I mean, but I agree. I mean, this is a person that says, this is coming from the person that says everything must come to an end. Everything that has a beginning has to have an end. Mm-hmm. So, because, that's how I felt. Because, after Harry Potter, I felt like, yeah, that needed to end. After Twilight, that needed to end. Originally, when Star Wars ended, that I was like, okay, I'm good with, where we ended with Revenge of the Sith. I'm good with that. But I think the issue is we now live in a day and age where revivals or reboots are happening, or seboots are happening, or sequels / reboots are happening, to where we continue the sagas going forward, like Creed, or this new Star Wars trilogy we're currently on, or Rebels, or it's all these things are coming back that were popular before, and for a lot of it, it is genuinely good content still. So
yeah, I'm sure if they bring back the it'll be really good. Like, I don't have any doubt that, like, if they were to bring it back proper and actually do the series, I'm sure it would be really good. It might even in some ways be better than the original. I mean, just look at the Samurai Jack run. Like, that was phenomenal. They only aired it for 13 episodes, and it was the perfect way to conclude the series. Time travel shenanigans aside, I like to pretend the last 6 minutes of that episode never happened. But I mean, I'm not disappointed for it. I'm glad that it's coming. I mean, it's already clearly going to be happening, whether I want it to or not. But those were just my opinions on it.
I understand. Yeah, I agree. But if you sat there for 80 minutes, watching the movie, and you actually did sit through the credits, you did get a little surprise if you're an OG fan. So,
and it looked good for what
so
it.
Yeah.
The animation on that end credit scene was actually pretty nice. Like, I noticed that. I was like, that's pretty all right. I like that. Good job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very. Admittedly, I only saw the bootlegged version because I had to leave after the movie, so. But I got to see a little bit of it, and I was like, yeah, this looks really good. So. Yeah. So do we have any more thoughts on Teen Titans Go, or do we want to bash the Teen Titans live action series some more?
Well, first of all, fuck Batman. Second of all, second, I did want to talk about the short before the movie, because I don't think we had a chance to talk about that yet. I don't remember what it was called. It's the little Batgirl short. It was cute. I liked it. That's really all I had to say about it. It's cute. I liked Tara Strong. I liked the animation. It was very bouncy. Yeah, good stuff. I like DC Superhero Girls. It's cute. I watch it. I watch the shorts. I like it. Lauren Faust, good job. Thumbs up.
And I get to see. I don't remember the short, so I must have missed it because I had to go out. I must have missed the short because I literally came in like as the movie was starting.
Okay, you didn't miss much. Like, it was just a minute of Batgirl waiting for her dad to fall asleep so she can join some other superheroes to fight the Freeze. Mr. Freeze. Sorry.
Yes, it's Mr.
It was cute. It was just some slapstick shenanigans. It was really cute. Well, it was well animated, bouncy. Still kind of like in the same vein of Teen Titans Go, so it's not quite cinematic, but it was still fun. It was cute to watch. It was bouncy. It was nice to see like some energy.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Teen Titans Go the movies. It's a really fun kid movie. That will in the summer. I mean, essentially, we're pretty much done with kid movies for a while. I mean, there are this weekend we still have Christopher Robin, the Darkest Minds, and then later this month the producers of Stranger Things have a new movie called Ken. That's kind of a kid movie. So there's still kid movies floating around, but in terms of, before the kids go back to school, it is, this is the kind of last hurrah for the summer kids in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I think Christopher Robin will be more introspective and more for adults, for our generation and above.
Yeah, like an all ages thing.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, kids might be bored by it, but adults, it seems to be more appeasing to the adult generation, adults. Or that's just what I get from watching the trailers. Is that it's supposed to be more And when I mean adult oriented, I don't mean like Winnie the Pooh's gonna start cussing and killing everybody. I don't mean that. I mean in a like it's just more introspective and more like now we're all adults and it's more of a movie for adults in that kind of way.
I think kids will still be able to appreciate it. It's still like cute and fun. I just think it has more adult themes. Like I think adults will be able to appreciate it more than kids. I mean, I don't think it's for like little kids. I think maybe like a little bit older kids. I mean, they'll still be able to appreciate it, at least on some level.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll leave some stuff for kids in there, but yeah. Yeah, I think this is but yeah, I mean there's it's like this Teen Titans is kind of the last hurrah for the summer for the kids that are going back to school this week or next week.
Wait, what are you talking about? What about eighth grade? That's a kids movie, right? It's called 8th Grade. It's got to be for kids. What do you mean it's rated R?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes, I saw that at the Atlanta Film Festival.
Oh, how did you like it?
I loved it, and I can't wait to talk about it again because great movie. Like really great, funny film that's immersive and challenging, and the MPAA should be fired. Should be disbanded for handing that movie an R rated. Because I mean, so let me get this straight. We're gonna have So let me get this straight. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol has like people getting shot, people getting hit with a car. It has all these ridiculous, violent stunts, which I love. By the way, I do love them all. I'm not bashing the stunt work or the content, but that somehow gets a PG-13, whereas 8th Grade, which has like two or three swear words, and it's about a girl coming of age, gets an R-rated. Yeah, the MPAA should be disbanded, and people should just read reviews to find out if a movie is good for their kids or not, because this is ridiculous. We got however many mom blogs now. I mean, maybe that's too strong. Maybe a reformation of the MPAA.
Agreed.
Because it's like it's too vague. It's just too vague on what gets an R, what gets a PG-13. Like that line. It's too vague.
I've got a bone to pick with that, specifically with how they rate things, because like I don't know if you've noticed, but most Disney movies are rated PG. But there's nothing in like most Disney movies that warrant a PG rating. Almost every Disney movie is pretty much a solid G, like save for a couple of them. Like Incredibles actually earned the PG rating because it had like the violence and it had even a couple of swears in it. It made sense for it to be rated PG. But like, what about Tangled required a parent to be with a child to see the film? Like, there's nothing about that movie that's not acceptable for all audiences to see.
Well, when you got fart jokes in your movie, you got to explain to kids that, hey, that's not, appropriate to do in society.
I don't think there was a single fart joke in Tangled. I want references. You better cite your sources for that, because I don't remember a single fart joke in Tangled.
I was speaking in general. Sorry. I was speaking maybe more in tone to the DreamWorks movie. So, because there are a lot of fart jokes in kids' movies these days. Because that's the only thing you can really get away with a kid movie.
Well, I think Lego differ. Like all of the Lego movies beg to differ.
Those are the only exceptions. Pixar and those Lego movies are like the only exceptions of what we can get away with humor-wise.
And unfortunately,
like those are the only exceptions. Because I mean,
it's kind of funny that it has to be Pixar, the Lego movie, and then also this movie.
Yeah,
I will not stop with that. alley joke. That was so bad. That was so funny.
I literally screamed, "Oh my god!" They did that in this G-rated movie.
My jaw dropped.
My god, because I swear, if I tweeted it out like it said, "Oh my god, the Teen Titans Lord," if I like tweeted what the scene was without context, everyone would be like, "What the? How is this a kids movie?" How is this a kids movie? 8th grade gets an R rated. There's the injustice. The humanity.
Speaking of justice, have you seen the San Diego Comic-Con trailer? Is it San Diego? I think it's the San Diego Comic-Con trailer for the Young Justice season 3. I think it's season 3.
Nope.
It looks good. I'm excited. Have you seen any of the Young Justice at all?
No. Is that on Netflix?
I believe so, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's on there. They might have taken it off. They keep putting it on and taking it off. It's really good. It's great. My only complaint is that every time they do a new season, they do a time skip, and we never really get a chance to like get our bearings on what the characters are like and what's going on, because every time we finally are like, okay, we're all on the same page, time skip 10 years. I'm just like, come on, just let me stay with these characters for like a little bit, please.
Yeah.
They're not even teens anymore. They're like full-fledged adults now at this point.
Oh boy. Well, I bet it is. I mean, they're on season 3 and they started out as teens, so yeah, they're almost adults.
It didn't have to be that way. They just do a time skip so often. Like we never really get a chance, because every time they time skip, the characters are in a completely different place, and it feels like the entire season we're just trying to like up to where they are right now, and then as soon as we get caught up, they change everything again, and then we have to start over. Like I like the show, but I hate like starting every season not having any idea what's going on, and then only finding out at the end of the season, and then everything changes.
Yeah,
but I guess
that does sound frustrating. What?
Oh, sorry. I guess that's neither here nor there. It's not really relevant to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So with that, do you have any more thoughts on Teen Titan? Or are you ready to go to the movies?
I hate you.
Hey,
final thoughts. It's fine. It made me hate myself for liking it, but it's fine. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Like I would give it like, if I'm being honest, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Like it's fine. It's good. It's fine. I really don't have anything else to say about it. Like it's a comedy, and the only excuse me. For me, the only metric for whether a comedy is good or not is if it can make me laugh. And it made me laugh about 70% of the time. So 7 out of 10.
Yep. I mean, I laughed a considerable bit. There were some great jokes. I thought the characters were fine, and how they were, how they fit into the movie and how they were developed. I thought it was fine, but overall, I was just like, this is a fine movie, and it's okay. It's enjoyable. Way to go. Way to go, Warner Brothers Animation, for making an okay, competent kids movie that I didn't hate myself for an hour and a half. Way to go.
Good job. You tried.
Yay. All right.
B-.
So with that, yeah, we'll stick with that. So with that, where can the good people find you?
They can find me on what are words? How do they work? They can find me at they can find me at YouTube. God, what? Why can't I words right now? They can find me on YouTube. I'm at Magic Mermaid. I'm sorry. I'm having a day. They can find me on YouTube. I'm Magic Mermaid Girl. I do anime and comic reviews, and I'm in the middle of working on another review right now.
Awesome. You can find me at Movie Kale on Twitter, and you can also follow the show at the Youth Critic, and you can also follow the channel that distributes this podcast at KHC Network. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with you next week, or not really next week. We'll be back with you in a day or two on the Mission Impossible movies. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with you in a day or two.
I thought Deadpool was a good guy.
By the way, he should be saying that he's not me. Okay, because I came out, like, way before he did.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you're Deadpool.
I am Slade.
If we can make him our arch nemesis, then they will see that we're worthy of a movie.
I'm not interested in fighting a bunch of sidekicks and a half a robot.
Oh, man, I'm never letting you fly my body again.
The whole world will be under my control. Destroy them.
How big is your army? 100,000.
Halt for the mighty Abby.
Watch me, watch me, watch me do this. It's always been more than the music. You riding weights on the back of my cruise ship. Look, watch me, watch me, watch me.
We're taking you down.
How are you gonna do it? What are you gonna do? You gonna fart on me? You wanna have a dance off? You gonna annoy me to death with your waffles?